Hi guys, welcome back to Healthcare Sucks Plus. And the plus today is bringing you more updates on the 8.0 earthquake in Peru. And if you look at the photograph on the right, and the reason I decided to go with photographs is because there's a lot more photographs right now than there are videos. I ran with most of the videos, and I think some fellow YouTubers have done pretty good on that too. On the other hand, mainstream media has dropped the ball like usual. I am very disappointed. Not that, it's nothing new, guys, for us YouTubers and truth seekers and people who just want to share what's really going on out there. Tuned into all the stations this morning, and believe it or not, RT, Russian news, whatever they call it, had the most coverage on the earthquake. Fox, MSNBC, CNN, all the regular bozo networks, fake news, etc., was covering politics, guys. I do want to give a shout out to the Memorial Day thank you to all men and women who served and families that sacrificed their family members. And I just want to thank you all personally from my bottom of my heart. My son served. My grandfather served. My father served. I'm the one. I chose a different path, guys. But we can't all be military. It doesn't work like that. With that being said, though, I do want to say that I do really appreciate. So there's my Memorial Day shout out, and I mean it sincerely. If you know somebody that's military or served, always give them a thank you. And for the Vietnam guys, this is a triple thank you. You guys are treated like shit, bottom line. And it's not cool. It's just so not cool. And then I noticed a lot of the riders were out there, like in New York the other day, and they were getting treated pretty bad. Come to find out, New York is charging them up the yin yang to ride through on the regular rides. Everything for these guys on this day over this weekend, any military bikers, anything should be free. The city, the state should waive all permits, all fees. The local stores, Walmarts, any of the stores should kick down food, barbecues, all this. This should be an American celebration. And I'm really disgusted that the cities and the state and the stores are not doing this. So that's the Troy opinion of the day. My Troy's 2 cents worth. I think we're going to keep that. Anyway, back to the earthquake. It looks like we have quite a crack in the earth. It looks like there's quite a bit of damage there in the roadway, guys. I mean, you're not seeing this again on mainstream. Looks like some pretty good road damage on the right. On the left, it looks pretty bad. It all looks bad, guys. But keep in mind, this is an 8.0. This could have been a lot worse. I'm not saying it's over and done with. We're just going to shimmy through. If anybody's stuff comes up on here, shoot them a thank you for the pictures. There's some more. That's cool. Let's see here. That's the one we covered last night with the corner falling out of the building. Here's something new on the left. A lot of car damage, buildings falling. Looks like the same thing. You're going to get a lot of the same thing because, again, there's incredibly people with cell phones. There's not a lot of coverage coming out of Peru. There's the Richter scale. Right there. Or, you guys know what I mean. Seismograph. Let's keep scrolling, see if we can get you some more pictures. There's some technical data if you're into technical data. I don't want nobody crying about anybody's privacy things today. We are here for free. By the way, healthcare sucks. Gives to the community for free. We don't ask for nothing. You guys are great. Just tuning in is enough for me. I'm not looking to get rich. I'm not monetizing yet. When I do monetize and I do live, guys, it all goes back in to the upkeep of the whatever it costs, cameras, get better, computer stuff like that. I'm not doing this for the money. And by the way, if we ever were to hit and make a go at this, anything above my resources, whatever I would need to keep this going, just at a minimum, will be donated to the needy kids with autism. I'm telling you up front, that's where it's going to go. So with that said, we're back. We'll take a look here, see if we can get some new. This over here, I'm pointing at, is kind of tied into Trump actually gave away some trophy because he's meeting with the president of China and his wife. They're having big dinners. That's on the news if you want to tune into it. I think this is more important than that. I mean, because that's a bunch of BS. Here we go. That's pretty bad destruction. And that looks like it, guys. So we're going to scroll all the way back to the here. And with that being said, I think I've said enough. 8 minutes is more than enough to ramble on about things. But I did want to bring you some updates on the earthquake stuff. A couple of us were on it right out of the get because we happened to be awake, everybody else that's out there that's in the community, the Fugel fam, any of my followers, any of the tubers that are spreading this, I want to thank you. We should all give a prayer for these people. Anytime there's something like this, it's terrible. I do want to give one little further wake-up call to the Cascadia up here along Oregon, Washington coast. With this kind of action building, I'm not fear-mongering or whatever they call it, fear porns, etc. I just want everybody to be aware and have a little go bag or couple Rubbermaid tubs full of some stuff that you can throw in a car. By the way, I do give a shout out to Rubbermaid tubs. Sterilite sucks. Go with Rubbermaid. They last forever. You can get all your prepping goods in those things. They pretty much so bounce off the ground and survive. So a couple of those and a couple backpacks full of your stuff sitting by the front door. Your meds, water, food. Defensive, whatever used for defense, some ID, your keys. Matter of fact, probably should be putting that stuff somewhere you can grab it in if you get woke up in an emergency situation. With that being said, love you all and thank you for tuning in. And if anything hits up today, we will be getting back at you. And something else nobody's covering is I do want to bring to you, and you're welcome to look into it. Utah had a 4.0 at the same almost exact time as Peru is going off. That's kind of uneasy. I don't, I'm catching that part. I personally watched a lot of Dutch Sense, so I got most of my skills I owe to that gentleman, the great earthquake detective. Um, but that's uneasy. We've got a 4.0 about, I'm going to guess, approximately 15 hours ago off the Oregon coast. And another thing, if you notice, USGS upgraded this from about a 7.5 to an 8. I've been watching earthquakes for years, guys, and I have never seen them do something like that. I've seen a little increase on little earthquakes, but the big ones, I'd say 99% of the time they mark them down. Always. If it's an 8.0, it's always that 7.9 or a little less. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. And remember, healthcare sucks. Over and out. Happy Memorial Day. God bless you all.